Warning, this podcast contains Agrabah poison. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Once Upon a Time, Season 6, Episode 2, A Bitter Draught.
Draft.
Draft?
It's actually pronounced draft, but they spelled it different because they're fancy.
A bitter
What?
drought.
Draft.
Draft. A drought draft. I'm your host, Dom. With me is Nikki, Jake, and Rachel. How's it going?
It goes.
Bitter draft definitely makes more sense than drought. So, what'd you guys think of this episode?
I got some things to say.
Do you?
You always have things to say. That's why you're here.
But whenever I say that, it means it's not good.
Oh.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's good
Emma,
or not.
sweetie.
I know, right?
I'm just gonna
This
start
episode's
off.
great.
I'm gonna start off since you guys are so divided right now. I was so happy with this episode because it was what we were kind of hoping with the season 1 format is who is the strange mystery character? Let's go back and find out, and then bring them into the present and make the story known. And then they did more than I expected. They did more than I expected, and that was to actually tie them to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, so I was really happy in that regard. But what Jake is saying, whether or not we're going to see him again, who knows? Just because he's dead doesn't mean he's gone.
No, because the Evil Queen has his heart.
I don't know if that's going to matter, but
I don't know.
There's
He
still
died
flashbacks.
without the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
what does that mean?
yeah, we don't know.
Has
If
someone
she
ever
sticks it
died
back
without
in-
their heart?
I mean,
Uh-uh.
I feel like somebody has, but I don't remember.
I don't think anyone has died without their heart.
I'm not sure, but I mean, we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a little bit. So, I mean, here we start off with Operation Cobra Part 2.
Lame ass name, Henry. Henry, just stop.
It's better than Operation
Stop.
Mongoose.
Stop. No, Mongoose was an
doesn't-
awesome name.
You know what? He's not 9 years old anymore. He doesn't need any more fucking operations.
Okay,
He
look.
just be like, let's just figure
Henry,
this shit out.
I'm gonna call Henry out on this. Okay, last season, Emma said for like the plan that they did, like after they knew that Dark Swan wasn't really dark, he was just faking it. Her operation name, because Henry asked her what her operation name was, she said Operation Cobra Part 2. He said, no, that's a lame name. Henry.
Seriously?
Eh,
He's
forgot
running
about
out of
that.
imagination. Isn't he supposed to be the author? Doesn't he supposed to have this kind of imagination? Come on now.
I think
Hey,
his
look,
creativity is stifled because he
He
is the author. He has
forgot.
writer's block.
He forgot he was the author. He forgot.
Pick another animal.
No, he has writer's block. It happens to
No,
all
like I-
authors at some point.
Like I said, he doesn't need any operations anymore. He's a big boy now. He can just say, let's figure this shit out and be adults about it. But no, he has to be a child.
You know?
Don't make him grow up too fast. He's what, 13?
Yeah. But
Have
anyway,
you seen him? He looks 17 to me.
No.
He's,
No, he's
he's
not at all.
13.
I know he's not 17, but
Where is
Jesus.
Violet?
Yeah, where is she?
They'll get to her. They've already said that they're handling that story this season.
Stuffed her in a corner somewhere.
They'll get to it.
Okay.
But so with Operation Cobra Part 2, it's more about redeeming Regina and setting her path straight, where she's the hero.
We've done this, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So-
here's my problem with this episode. Okay, not to say I didn't like this episode, I did, but my problem is, even with this season in general, they are rehashing a lot of things that we have established already. We've done this whole
Yeah.
Regina redemption arc, and I swear, if Zelina fucking goes evil again,
But this redemption arc is a little bit different because it's literally whether or not evil exists with her good half, and if her good half can exist without the evil half. It's a little bit different. So I'd say
Can the yin survive without the yang and vice
right.
versa?
So
Yeah.
I say give it a little more time before you jump down its throat.
See, I
well,
don't.
I'm not I do like the season so far, but
Right.
I don't, I think everyone's assuming that, they want to kill each other. I mean, obviously, Regina did kill the Evil Queen at the end of last season, but I don't think that's what the Evil Queen wants to do. I think she just wants to prove a point. And
Yeah.
however she gets to that, like, however she decides that she needs to prove that point, she's going to do it because she doesn't give a shit.
No.
But I don't think she wants to kill Regina. I think she just wants
Yeah, but we'll
to be right.
We'll get into that in a minute. But
Yeah.
I want to start with the untold story, where she goes in and delivers this fucking fantastic speech to all the untold story people. I was super motivated by this speech. I was ready to cheer for her.
It was a very honest speech. It came from a very, very truthful. It was like the first time she's actually been honest with herself and with someone else. She just, here, I'm putting it out on the plate.
And these are a group of strangers. She's never met these people.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But I will say, Regina,
I won't say she's
Regina,
never
you lost
met
your
them.
red lipstick.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I won't say she's never met them. She hasn't met some of them. I'm
Yes.
sure other ones do know her.
Yes.
As we see with
At
the
the very
mystery
least, no
person, that hands Henry a letter, and it's a note for Snow and Charming, basically to meet them, and we find out that person wants them dead because of the Evil Queen / Regina, whatever.
From way back when.
I love this whole, okay, so here's this new character. Super mystery, right? Now let's go with the flashback, and we find out, it's like, you find out quickly, but you're still, guessing who he could be at this point. And it's like, is he, because they mention a count, and you're like, is he Count Dracula? And you're like, ooh, what is going on with all that? And then even later on in the episode, they addressed it, and mentioned, he's not a vampire, whatever. He doesn't just, he can't just disappear. Yeah, he walks in the... So I love that little, play on with that. I thought that was fantastic.
They did mention his full name in the first flashback scene when he goes into the party, that he is the Count of Monte Cristo.
Right.
Which I guess Monte Cristo exists in the Enchanted Forest?
I guess so.
I don't know. Are they in the was he in the Enchanted Forest, I guess? Or did she travel to a different realm?
No, the Untold Story
I don't think so.
land is a different realm. It's
Yeah.
not in the Enchanted Forest.
But was he...
No, he wasn't there yet.
Wasn't in the Untold Story.
I don't think she jumped realms because, at least in season 1, before they even got to Storybrooke, hopping realms was impossible, really, unless you had the Hatter, or the Rabbit. But I think this is is this before or after Jefferson?
This might have been after.
It might be after, but if it is after...
Because the way she said that she has... Well, it might be just before. No, it's probably after. Because she says she has everything for the dark. Because she was talking to
Rumple.
Talking about that.
Okay, so she still has the hat.
Yeah.
Or because she was talking about the curse and stuff like that.
Wait a minute. If she's always had the hat, then why didn't she just send them through the... Never
Because
mind.
she didn't know how to work it.
You just spin it.
There's...
I think it's the Hatter's hat, and he's the one that can work it.
But she used it in season 2. Never mind.
Yeah, but we had, as Nikki said, we had the...
Let's not
the
make things complicated by poking holes in the way we tell the story.
We had the Count of Monte Cristo, who we find out, is Edmond Dantes. And he kills the Baron, outright. First thing we see is just him slaughtering him.
Well, that ruined the party.
Yeah.
What a downer. I wouldn't say, they slaughter. He just ran him through.
Now, my first thought when I see this is I was like, when and where and what the hell is going on? I was really confused for a second because then we see Regina sitting, on the throne. And I'm like, is that Regina? Both parts of Regina? Or is that evil Regina, present day? I was really confused at first because... I didn't know when it took place, but then as they told the story out a little bit, I was like, okay, so this is all before the curse, strictly before the curse.
Not too far, not too much before the curse. It seemed like it's.
I want to say within the year of the curse,
possibly
a few months.
It was within the first 6 months of the curse.
Well, Snow wasn't pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think they are married because they're...
Yes, they are married. They're talking about because
and they said
that he wants them to procreate
Mhm.
So,
And this is after they mentioned that they shouldn't have let Regina go.
mhm.
So this is after they've taken back the kingdom and they captured Regina and that whole ordeal where they let her go. So
Yes.
this is after Regina has Regina has her own kingdom.
Right. So Regina says that she strikes a deal with the Count to have the Count. She basically has his revenge list of everyone that he wants to kill. And the only way she'll give it to him is if he kills the Charmings for her, because, Rumple has that spell that Regina can't do any harm to them.
This is news to us.
I didn't know. Yeah.
No, that was something that was we found out, I want to say, in season 3? It was 2 or 3. It was a while ago.
I want to say season 2.
It was season 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I remember the episode. It was that same episode where they captured her and let her go, I think.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason Regina wanted to cast the curse in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But here's an alternative.
Yeah, have somebody else do it. She tried to do this with Snow before in the Huntsman. And we saw how that turned out. So now this one, we have direct interference with Rumpelstiltskin. And Regina already thought ahead and put a protection spell on the Count so that Rumple couldn't do harm to him.
He's got an insurance policy.
But I mean, why couldn't Rumple turn around and do the same thing that she's doing and get someone else to do it?
But then there will be this whole thing where they're going back and forth.
Yeah. Instead, he just poisoned the
handmaiden. We had this character Charlotte, who's introduced, really quickly, and I was like, she's gonna die. As soon as Snow mentioned, as soon as Snow mentioned her handmaiden, right? I was like, well, we haven't seen her before. She's so dead. Like, she's gonna be used as
it's
a pawn.
It's never good when they introduce someone new like that. It's never good.
Well, I was hoping
somebody new in the past is my point. Is she has history with Snow and Charming, yet we've never seen her before, and it's like, how much longer could she last without us knowing about her?
It's like a red shirt guy in Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
they just died.
But she was wearing white. But I was kind of hoping she would stick around, because when they said her name was Charlotte. I was thinking Princess and the Frog Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
I think maybe I have. I don't know. It just seems. I don't know. I hope they do bring him.
I know. Well, I got excited, but then she died. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Was she really dead? Do we know? We can't tell really.
She died present day.
Yeah, she's dead present day.
I mean,
she didn't die at the time, and it seemed like it was very like Nightshade poison from season 3, where similar.
It was
I didn't say it was. I said similar. It was like Nightshade poison from season 3, where if you left the realm, you died. So that's the kind of thing that Rumple did. He poisoned her with the Agrabah Viper poison and said, look, here's your choice. You go, but you leave, she dies. That's the end of it.
This Agrabah Viper stuff, poison, has been very inconsistent in the way it kills people.
No, I think it was a spell in which Rumple did to the poison.
He said she was alive the whole time she was in the Untold Stories line.
Right.
Everything gets frozen.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It stopped the poison when she was in that realm.
It stopped.
But when they left to come to Storybrook, that's when it kicked in. It's the same way as if you leave Neverland.
So basically, this is just another Neverland.
I mean, it's just. I think it's just tied to the spell that Rumple.
Well,
used.
I think it's kind of like Neverland, but you grow older. It's just like your story stops.
Your story.
Your story doesn't continue. Doesn't finish.
Yeah, because Henry mentioned, or was it Regina? She mentioned, you went to this land because you were afraid of what was going to happen in your story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you go there, so your story doesn't play out.
Yeah, I found it kind of odd though that the Count fell in love with her so quickly, and I was like, I could tell there's love there and all that, but then when I
don't think he fell in love. I think
it was when they mentioned
her eyes reminded him of his late
right.
fiance.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I think when he went over, they fell in love there.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say is when he was talking to Rumple, or Rumple said it to him or something, and he goes, it reminds me of my fiance, instantly then I was like, okay, this makes sense. I'm completely content. Because otherwise I was like, he just fell in love with her way too quickly. So.
It's once upon a time. It's fantasy. There's,
No,
I don't think he fell in love with
Love
her.
it
I just
first
he fell
sight
in love
bullshit.
with. I think
He
he
had-
fell
he had
in
a
love
crush.
with the. Yeah, he had a crush. I think he just fell in love with with that someone reminded him.
The resemblance. He fell
Yeah,
in love with the
Right.
resemblance.
But that right there is what ended up saving the Charmings, right? If it
Yeah.
wasn't for that, they would have died. But I'm sure Rumple would have done something to prevent that, earlier, because Rumple's got his hands in everything.
He did. I mean,
So.
granted, the Count didn't want to kill them because he's like, they're way too nice. They welcome me in their home.
And
the perfect stranger. And
this again is why I love this season. It's because we're right back to Rumple's hands in everything, and I absolutely love it.
Rumple's hands are in everything every season.
I don't want to know his hands.
Different.
They've been a lot of places. They've been in Belle, probably.
No, why'd you go there?
Well, because the chat's going in other places right now. That's actually kind of similar. With
I don't. No.
yeah, I don't even. I know. I just ugh.
No.
Ugh.
Nobody. Nope.
If you guys are going to reference chat, you have to say it. You can't say that for people that are watching. So
okay, so we got EQ. I'm going to call her now. EQ goes to Rumple shop, looking for what is it, like a coin or something?
It's something from David's past. It's a coin.
Yeah.
We got a little backstory on the coin. It had something to do with his father's demise.
It's his dad's lucky penny kind of thing.
Good
it's
luck
his lucky
charm
charm
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's in gold shop.
What we found out from the coin is there was something involving a cart accident. And
we already knew that his dad got drunk and was there, and he tried to drive his cart, and then there was an accident and he died.
Or so we thought.
So now there's some big doubt around this. So.
Well, that's what this seems like the evil queen's been doing. She's not really showing any true power except for like simple spells, like a protection spell to keep everyone in.
Another curse.
It's not really a curse. I don't think it was a curse.
It's another curse.
The evil queen's true power is that she knows so much. And now coming into this story, she doesn't have limitations. She's going to tell everybody everything. She's going to manipulate the story the way she wants to.
I think she's doing it that way because she doesn't have I think when she got taken out of Regina got like the magical power kind of thing. And she didn't get very much of it. So she's going around manipulating people, putting little earworms in everyone's head, and making everyone else do her dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to let them unravel by themselves from the inside.
I don't think she has any, I guess would say, true magical power. She could do simple spells, because that's all she's shown so far. And I think if she could do more, she probably would have shown more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think with the split, something happened. Their powers got weakened. And
she got hoarier.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to. That's what chat's going crazy about, is that the evil queen. No. We have to discuss it because it is part of the episode.
It was gross. She was just rubbing up on him with him and his fake ass wig, and she was touching him, and it's like, ew, no, those girls. I'm like, no, I need a grown up.
It was, but I mean, evil queen was all over Rumple. She's like, you want to do things because Belle's obviously
her tongue
not.
Down his throat.
Yep.
She probably want to stick her tongue other places, but
no. Okay, hold on.
Okay, we can continue now.
Oh no, look at that. I gotta go get them off.
We need an adult. We need an adult that's more adult than us.
I don't know if it's, I think she's playing him like she's playing everybody else. I mean, she's trying to play on his emotions because he's vulnerable right now, and she knows that.
Because Belle left your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way she was playing Zelina, she knows the buttons to push because she knows what Zelina wants. So she's like this being everything. She's being everything Zelina wants, and pretty soon I hope to God Zelina wises up and goes, she's just giving me everything she thinks I want.
But it is what she wants. That's the other thing. That's why it's going to be so difficult for her to turn that away. But you see, even with the queen, she's very manipulative about the way she's going about, the coin. Like, she wants that coin for a specific reason. She barters with Rumple, and Rumple just really, all Rumple wants is to leave Belle and his unborn child out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in return, Regina's like, yeah, just give me some of that action. You're going to get sick of waiting around for Belle because she's not coming for you. You know? But even despite that, Rumple is still headstrong with, he loves Belle, and he's going to do everything he can to protect her.
Of course.
You know?
Of course.
But, you know, and it's when David sees that coin and everything, you know, he's like, oh, I see what you're trying to do, you know, and all that. But then when she plants that seed of doubt, now, what could be so bad about that? That, like, if David was just like, oh, what if it wasn't an accident? Who else was involved? You know, that's what it comes down to. Who else was involved? You know, could it have been Snow?
I doubt it. I don't know.
What?
I just look. We don't know.
Hook was in Neverland. Definitely not.
Maybe it was his brother. Maybe his brother did something.
Maybe. I don't know.
His brother couldn't leave Neverland because he was poisoned.
Yeah. Well, Hook.
No. David's brother.
Oh,
You mean
David's
James?
brother. James, yeah.
Maybe. He wasn't
Also,
dead
I
yet.
mean, and also in this, for some reason in this episode, I noticed slight wardrobe changes. Like Emma wasn't wearing her leather jacket.
Emma was wearing a nasty ass.
Yeah.
Like,
What kind of smock was that? It wasn't even a shirt. It was just like, you know,
She turned it.
surged
I think it was-
together.
It was
probably one of
inside out.
Hook's- It was one of Hook's puffy shirts, but it was inside out.
It was inside out. She got dressed in a hurry.
But yeah, because they were probably doing something and she couldn't find her clothes. So he tossed her whatever was
But
in the
didn't she go
hamper, and-
straight from Granny's to Archie's?
Right.
I don't know.
She
They-
may have
I
stopped
just
home,
noticed-
you know, in between. We don't know that for sure.
But yeah, she wasn't wearing her leather jacket. And the flashbacks, and with the Evil Queen coming back, I missed the costumes so much.
But I love having Archie on the show, and Nikki
don't.
probably hates it, but because Archie is grounding the show back in like the reality of, hey Emma, you're being stupid. And the reason why Nikki's gonna hate it is because it's putting more emphasis on it, you know.
Well, I mean, he's actually instead of everybody just being like accepting that she's making these decisions, Archie's actually saying, no, you're wrong. You should probably rethink that and do something about it. So yes, I'm actually on Archie. Like Archie's doing a great job telling her she's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm with him on that because she needs to know how dumb she is.
But I
Archie
like the
is
fact
evil.
that she actually has someone to talk to that she's not lying to. That I
Well,
like,
Yeah.
that's good.
you know.
But she just needs to stop lying altogether. Her family is there for her, and they're always going to be there for her.
I mean, I understand that, and she is being stupid, but I also kind of very, very slightly, it is unreasonable, but I slightly understand that she's a savior. She feels it's her responsibility to watch over everybody else.
You can't do this
And
shit by yourself, Emma.
She doesn't want help from her family because she wants to be able to protect them, not the other way around.
Yep.
But what she needs to realize is even saviors may need saving.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's
if you
the whole
notice
point.
in her like, you know, the dream flash or dream fast forwards, whatever it is that she's having her visions, she's wearing black.
Mm-hmm.
She's wearing a black tank top, and this whole entire, you know, show is all good versus evil. And if you notice when Snow and Emma were talking to Regina was wearing black and red. Those two were wearing white. I mean, everything.
I don't know. The whole vision, they all seem to be wearing dark clothes anyways. It's I don't know if the colors themselves are symbolic or just the actual mood of the vision is the symbol.
They were at a funeral.
You know, but you know, it's
maybe that's why they're wearing black. It was Regina.
Because Regina died.
Yeah, we've seen in the past that the clothes change and how the story's going.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen in the past that clothes changing and the costume changing directly affects how the story's going.
Well, we've also heard from the Oracle that things can change, but the path can change, but the end is still going to be the same no matter what you do.
Well, we also since there's two Reginas, what's to say that there wasn't two Emmas, and she was actually seeing the death of the other Emma.
Right, and that's where I was starting to think, because what I said last week was that, maybe the one in the cloak is Emma, and then they started putting in evil Emma, and then they started putting doubt in us in this episode, saying, she goes, well, what if it's Regina? And then they were like, Regina or the evil queen? And she's like, I'm not sure. So it could be either or. I don't think it is.
I don't think
it is though either.
I think it very well could be, evil Emma. But like Rachel said, what if what she's seeing is evil Emma getting stabbed?
Well, evil Emma had that nasty ass dry hair.
No, that was Dark One Emma.
Oh God, let's not do that. Fucking crusty shit.
Yeah, the dry bar soap shampoo, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. But yeah, so I mean, we've known from past that, the way they changed and what they wear directly, you can give clues about what's happening and what side they're on and stuff like that. So
but Emma's reasoning for this was unfair. She's like, Regina was the only one not in the Flash, but no. Gold wasn't there. Belle wasn't there. Granny wasn't there. There are a lot of people you could name who were not there. Who wasn't there? Well, let's see. Who was there? Okay, Hook.
Archie wasn't there.
Archie wasn't there. Red wasn't there. Mulan wasn't there. Elsa wasn't there.
Inside the cloak is not Archie, but Jiminy Cricket. It's the little tiny flying cricket inside the cloak.
Okay, here's the thing about Archie that I noticed this episode. I noticed this about Archie, and it makes me weary about him. I don't know if this is actually Archie, because when Emma asked him a question or whatever, he did that thing that people do when they lie to you. Okay, so his response was...
It's Jafar.
His response was... maybe it could be Jafar, but here's the thing. His response was yes, but he shook his head no. He's like, yes, but that, no. You're sending me mixed signals here.
Well, also, when Emma tried to get Snow and Charming out of town and they got hit by the wall, there was no tree in the middle of the road.
You used to say that was the same path. There's more than one road out of town.
Yeah.
I've never seen any other.
There was no sign that said "Welcome to Storybrooke," and that's like where.
Oh, that's on the other side.
Either that, or they finally ripped Dopey out of there, and they can't leave. So
there was no tree,
and there was no airbag.
No.
Well, I mean, this episode, Emma did try to bring the Charmings out of Storybrooke, but she couldn't because the evil queen put up a barrier. So I assume that they can leave now. Because otherwise Emma wouldn't try.
Yeah. They could leave.
So they could go retrieve Dopey.
They could have.
Yeah. They can't leave now, though.
Prior to this episode, they may have been able to leave.
I know. Mm-hmm. What if someone came up to Storybrooke without realizing it, and they just see a random tree in the middle of the pavement?
If that's the case, if the curse was broken, then Dopey may have come out and went back into the town.
What if the Department of Transportation for that town, for that state saw it and they're like, oh, we got to cut this down.
They ripped it.
Hazard.
Poor Dopey.
I mean, we saw what happened when Gaston was a rose and got trimmed.
Plucked.
Yeah, they cut his legs off.
They cut his legs off and then she started plucking his petals.
Oh,
that sounds really bad.
But yeah,
Gaston had no grudges towards Belle.
This is a barrier around the town. It's not a curse.
Yeah.
It is a protection spell.
It's basically a curse.
No, because True Love's Kiss is not going to take this down.
No, it's not. Well, maybe it might.
No,
and see, I think to put up a barrier that big and for it to actually, repel Emma, it's a pretty strong spell.
Well, Ingrid did it.
Yeah, I don't think it takes much. It's like, to us, you think, oh, that's a huge spell, but to them, it's like, nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like, let's do it.
Evil Queen was super impressed that when all that was going on, and Zelena didn't reveal any information about it. She's just like, I don't know, and poof. And she just left.
When she asked her and Zelena denied it and was like, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm leaving. I was like, oh, no, you didn't, Zelena. Seriously?
Yeah.
After all this shit that's gone down. Really? Oh.
I can still see her being mad at Regina because of she separated herself from, well,
I know,
you know.
but still.
So, maybe she's taking the not talking route just because she's angry.
Zelena can keep a secret, unlike some people.
See, I liked that Zelena knew about the Evil Queen. I was even more excited when Evil Queen went to Rumple, and Rumple knew about it, because I was like, ooh, this is going to be juicy. Like, only these two people know about it. And then she's like, oh, hi, everybody. I'm in town, by the way. Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hi,
like, come on, we could have played this out a little longer. It would have been...
Yeah, Henry, she introduced herself to Henry.
I don't think the Evil Queen would have wanted to play it out any longer than she did.
No, she would.
She is a drama queen.
She wanted to see Regina mess her panties, is what she wanted to see.
But that's the whole theme of this now. It's just like she's putting, ideas in people's head of whether or not, and we don't know for sure, whether or not by splitting this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde formula, if the good can still possess evil. We don't know. It's leaning toward the fact of maybe they could, but I don't see as what Regina did. She protected the Charming. She saved them. That doesn't make her evil, No,
it doesn't. No. This was like self-defense.
Right, mm-hmm. But she's planting doubt, and that's really all she needs to do. That's what she's doing.
That's what she's doing to everyone. She's planting doubt in everyone's head.
I know, but
she's manipulating the situation any way she can. If that means doubt, if that means fear, she's going to do it.
I know.
Well,
but it's just.
I also noticed. I don't know if you guys caught it when Monte Cristo told them that Jekyll brought them there. So did Jekyll pick out who he was going to bring and just brought them there? Because I don't think he brought everyone from that land, because that's a lot of people.
No, he didn't bring everyone.
And I don't think everyone could fit on that. I think he specifically picked certain people to come that would fuck with everyone there that was already there.
Well, how does he know that? Well, maybe Rumple.
Well, we know that him and Rumple have had history.
He was the jailer. He was the
warden.
The warden.
He ruled. So I'm pretty sure he knows these guys' stories. He knows what they are.
Right.
What little they started of their stories, but now their stories are gonna play out.
And he knows how they're connected to them, and he's going to bring. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he cherry picked these people.
We didn't see Hyde this episode. He's still in the basement. Which I don't even know. Do people even know about this place? I know some people do, but
some people do. I don't know.
Yeah,
the whole town. We don't even know how much of the whole town is still there. We don't know how much went through that portal. Right? We know a majority of people went through and went.
The people we didn't care about went through the portal.
Right. So we do know there are some there. Granny's there, etc., etc. And I love that line where when Belle came into the shop and she was just like, maybe stay at Granny's or whatever, and Emma was like, you do not want to sleep on those beds. Because I was like, they have not, for the longest time, acknowledged the fact that Granny still owns the bed and breakfast.
Nobody wants to stay there.
Right? Yeah. Well, there's no real reason to. Like,
no one's come and goes.
The last stranger, that we had come into town was
August?
No. The guy that led us into Neverland. I forget his name.
Yeah, he's
dead. I mean, Hook wasn't always with Emma. Hook's been staying at Granny's and his ship vice versa, like off and on. Like he goes back and forth. Especially when he didn't have the Jolly Roger. Was it last season?
Yeah. At the end of season 3, he's like sold his ship, so he didn't have it. He only got it until like towards the end of season 4. But even after that, he still didn't use it because there's nowhere to go. But I always assumed that he slept on his ship.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Speaking of the ship, let's talk about Belle. So, Belle walks into the diner randomly. Everyone kind of just forgot about her. She walks in. They're like, "Oh my God, Belle, you're awake!" Like, "Oh yeah, we totally didn't. We're totally looking for you."
Well, they know what happened to her, so they're just like, she's.
I don't think they necessarily knew that she got stolen out of a portal and all that. Like, I don't think they knew the degree of that.
But
they didn't know about.
Belle needs a place to crash.
Through the Ghostbusters scene when they were in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where Gozer reached down and grabbed Belle and like pulled her back to the portal and but
Belle needs to sleep somewhere.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why I don't? This was a nice gesture by Hook. I love Hook and Belle's. I like the scenes that they have together ever since like they've been like preparing their relationship after Hook shot her.
Yeah.
So this was nice. I always like their scenes together, but Hook,
I'm sorry about that.
Belle is pregnant. You put her on a boat. Okay, look, you and Hook, you and Emma have not used that bed, so put her in the giant ass house you guys bought.
I'm pretty sure they have more than one bedroom in that house.
Give her the couch at least. You guys got a pull-out couch. Can you do that? Come on.
That bedroom, that house is at least.
I don't know. I really like the speech that he gave to Belle of why he wanted to do it, and like.
I think there are two reasons why, though. The
really?
one that he said, which was like I shot you. I'm sorry.
Trying to repair, mend bridges, and all that.
But
his past right.
But I think the other side of him just kind of wants to spite Rumple.
Of course.
Oh, 100%. Because he's like, what happened to the You're not with the crocodile anymore? And she's like, no. Yep. Like,
My unborn child told me not to.
Yeah,
basically. My son told me not.
It's a little awkward.
It's a long story. We'll get to it later.
It's actually not that long of a story.
No, but it's a very complicated story.
Complicated, that's for sure.
Well, see, okay, Rumple, I put myself to sleep. He put me in this little box, and
I think he knows all about that already.
When Henry was talking about Operation Cobra Part 2, and they were talking about the untold stories and everything, they did say that the sequel is always more involved than the original.
Yep, it's the sequel.
Okay. Yeah, he listed off his what do you say, the best sequels of all time?
Two out of his 3 were Disney properties.
Okay, so he said, what did he say? Okay, Godfather Part 2, Empire Strikes Back, and Temple of Doom, which I actually don't like.
I didn't like Temple of Doom either.
Henry, you missed the mark.
I loved all the Indiana Jones.
I think Temple of Doom was the weakest of the Indiana Joneses.
I like Crystal Skull better than Temple of Doom.
I dare agree with you. Hey,
in Crystal Skull, we got Marion back.
But I think Last Crusade is the best Indiana Jones ever. But,
yeah.
God love Sean Connery. God love him.
But like, I mean, another one they could have mentioned that they've referenced Back to the Future so many times. I think Back to the Future 2 is a much more superior film than the first one.
I honestly like the third one. I like the third one the best.
Yeah. But, it was just, I was like, I was waiting for it to be 3 Disney properties, but, 2 out of 3.
I mean, they're not much.
For all I know, Disney may have some hand in Godfather. They may. I don't know for sure.
They probably did.
They probably have their hands in it.
So.
Just like Rumple.
Yeah. But Disney's got their hands in everything. Disney's the real villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, Blue. I'm still waiting on Blue.
Still waiting on
Blue.
If it's not, and if it's not Blue, then I had like a theory like a while back that first I thought it was Regina, and then it's Rumple, but then I thought it was gonna be Maleficent. No, then the whole Blue thing started. Then I thought it was Belle.
Yeah. 2 things I want to address before we scroll through chat and pick out some more questions that we may have missed. Regina, sword fighting. I want to say how badass that was. Like, I loved watching her learn to sword fight, but I'm kind of sad. Maybe it's because she hasn't done it in a while, that she was rusty by the time she got into Storybrooke and was sword fighting. It was just felt way
how
off.
many times did she who did she get to sword fight in Storybrooke?
Yeah, I mean, she's rusty. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, well, she could have fought with. I mean, come on, David. He still has his.
Yeah, but
they've kind of been in one situation
years,
after the next. They haven't really had time.
Yeah.
After 28 years, you're kind of.
It's 28 now.
Notice in Emma's vision, she's sword fighting someone, and this episode we learned that Regina knows how to sword fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And the other thing I wanted to mention is, it's not confirmed, but it seems as if the dragon is dead.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd see him again.
I was really hoping we were going to see him again. But Regina did say the reason she got back was that she used everything the dragon had to get back to Storybrooke.
That doesn't mean he
That
died,
doesn't mean she
though,
killed
but-
him or
No,
took
She
his
could
power.
use
It
No,
was
everything
but
just-
in
she
his-
also
Yeah,
she also
his items.
mentioned when they said, "And what happened to the dragon?" And she mentioned he got what he deserved. So with that
She
line,
turned him into an
it im-
actual dragon, and
Maybe she turned him back to his avatar.
Right, what I'm saying,
His
that line
Mushu.
implies he's dead. That doesn't mean he is, but it implies that he's dead.
I mean, come on,
That's
he
how people
died
are going
before.
to take it at first, yeah.
She turned him back to Mushu.
Yeah, Mushu.
She could have just locked him in a box like Rumple did to Belle.
Well,
Oh,
Mushu
look what she-
Mushu was
look what she
tiny,
did.
so
Look what she did to Maleficent. She locked her in dragon form.
yeah, she has a thing about dragons.
Yeah. Yep. Daniela wants to know, what are you guys' thoughts on Regina's heart being in danger to darken forever?
It's
Thanks
not
to
gonna
the evil
darken.
queen making them lose their faith.
It's already there, and it's just her planning doubt
Look,
that's
Regina,
already there.
no,
I don't-
take a page out of Zelina's book, Regina. You just gotta deal with the shit, okay? Snow's been doing it for a while. If Zelina can do it, you can do it too.
Yeah.
If Snow
She
can
just
do it, you
has-
can do it
she just-
too.
I mean, I don't think there's any more darkness in her heart now than there was when when her and the evil queen were together. It's just now she's seeing that part of her in
There's
front
no
of
more.
her.
There's no more wall. There's no more block for her.
Yeah,
her vision. She
she's
sees everything
she's faced with
open-minded
it.
now.
Her heart's still the same.
Yeah.
I don't think anything changed. She's just faced with herself now. Now she has to deal with herself
Yeah, it's
in
just
a real,
it's
in a
overcoming.
real way.
Yeah.
The
that
season
no
is going to be
one
overcoming
wants
doubt.
to.
That's what the season is going to be focused on.
I mean, not a lot of people could actually look at their other self and have to confront them.
And yeah.
I would love to see Zelina get split in two, just because I want to see like green Wicked Witch against regular Zelina.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if like all the characters were just like split in two, and we just see everybody fight each other.
That's pushing it. That's
Once
Yeah.
upon a time, Civil War.
a couple of them is okay.
It's like they're offering everyone. You get a twin, you get a twin, and you get a twin.
I mean, that could be a new curse that's cast that separates.
Well, you know what?
people.
The sleeping curse is like the Oprah thing on this show. Okay, it's like
You
you get
get
a sleep. David, you get a sleeping curse. No, you get a sleeping curse. Hey, Dorothy, you're new to the cast, but you get one too.
You get a
Danielle also wants to know, what did you guys think of the Count of Monte Cristo? She says the actor who plays him is gorgeous and handsome, like Josh and Colin
Really?
were combined into one person.
Are you reading that right?
He was good looking, but I wouldn't say Colin good looking.
I didn't think he was.
No? I mean,
He's not Colin. He is
I mean-
not Colin.
No,
I mean,
I wouldn't kick him out of bed, but you know.
No thanks. I mean, he's a great actor. I don't remember what I've seen him in, but I'm pretty sure that I don't know. He reminds me of my cousin. He looks a lot like my cousin back
Mhm.
home in Canada. So I was just like,
No. She's like, no.
But
no,
I
it's
think-
did you
very
guys,
reminiscent.
going into this, did you know much about the Count of Monte Cristo?
no, not really.
I've read the book, and
Yeah, it wasn't a household name, but I did read it like in school. So like, it's not one of those stories where like it's like permanently etched into your brain. But like, I knew the story.
We personally didn't read this when I went to school.
Me neither.
But I do know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive that his story did involve poison in the original telling.
I believe I don't know if it was the original, but yeah, I think you're right.
So
I can't remember. It's been so long.
if that is true, I'm actually because like you instantly, it's like you think of the Agrabah poison and everything. And you're like, okay, here we go again. This poison that just keeps showing up. But for the fact that his story that actually involved poison in the novel to bring it in actually made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So
You
And
can watch the
because
movie. The movie
they
is
are
actually
bringing
really
up
good.
they are bringing up Agrabah and Vipers, and we are getting Aladdin and Jasmine
Yeah.
this season, which I'm hoping that they do not do the whole Hercules and Meg thing where they just show up for like literally half the episode and then they leave.
Mm.
it doesn't seem, because we didn't have Aladdin or Jafar or anything this episode.
No.
It doesn't appear we're gonna have them next episode either. But I know either 4 or 5 we're definitely getting them.
Yeah, the actress who plays Jasmine said she'll show up in episode 4.
Okay, so we'll get them then. So
Yeah.
She is
but-
gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, she is.
well, she was in
Gallivant.
Gallivant. Yeah,
hmm
she played Princess 7 different names.
I was gonna say, are you gonna say them all, Dom? Are you gonna say them all?
Do you want me to?
No.
You have to look it up.
He's going to right now.
No, I could totally find my notes for Gallivant over here from the last time we covered it, and
you're looking it up.
And her name is definitely in here somewhere.
You're looking it up.
It was Isabella. I know that much.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Something of Valencia.
Valencia, I remember that much.
Mm-hmm.
She's Jasmine now.
She's Jasmine.
Jasmine, a bad girl.
Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going.
We don't know her last name.
So, I don't know. That's gonna be cool. I can't wait to see Jasmine. Let's see. Just scouring through.
There was a question about a recast of Anastasia.
Yeah.
We don't. No, we don't know. I mean,
okay.
But I know that's next episode. So do we want to move into the synopsis so we can talk about Anastasia or no?
No, you don't want to see me get angry, so.
No.
You know what is?
So
we don't
more
like
angry
it
than
when
I have
Jake's
been.
angry.
Next episode is called The Other Shoe. It's the Cinderella episode. We talked about this a little last week. As Storybrooke continues to welcome the new arrivals from the land of untold stories, family, friends, and even long-lost enemies are reunited once again. When Ashley, aka Cinderella, searches for her stepfamily, intent on settling their unfinished business, Emma, Hook, and Henry scramble to help before it's too late. Meanwhile, Regina attempts to bribe Mr. Hyde for information about how to defeat the evil queen, and Snow helps Dr. Jekyll find a suitable laboratory for his work. David makes a deal with Gold and delivers a message to Belle in exchange for new information about his father. And in a flashback, Cinderella attends a ball and meets her prince.
Okay.
So we'll know if they recast Anastasia by this.
No, it's already.
Necessarily mean a recast.
Okay. This is the Wonderland Anastasia, which is connected to Knave, is completely different than this Anastasia. It's not a recast. It's just a new character.
Yes.
One that we haven't seen before.
Because, like I was saying,
I'm still angry.
Like I was saying, through all of Wonderland, and I was fighting tooth and nail, just because it mentioned she had stepsisters, or a stepsister, did not mean she was related to Cinderella in any way, shape, or form. It was implied.
Anastasia.
It was implied, but it didn't make it true.
Well, don't imply it if you're not going to do it.
I'm with Jake on this, so Jake and I are just going to stick to our guns.
I know.
No, I agree. I like the idea of
if they do not like even like put a throwaway line in there, like, oh, where's Anastasia? Oh, she's somewhere else. If they don't do that, I fucking okay, I'm still gonna be pissed off. But I'll still watch the show.
They've never said that Anastasia is Cinderella's stepsister, and
they didn't have to.
But having stepsisters is not exclusive to Cinderella.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, I agree. I liked the idea that, that Anastasia from Wonderland could be Cinderella's stepsister. It because of her sass and her just attitude, it just made sense.
I will completely disregard this entire episode if that is not true. So
she was entitled and all this stuff.
Next episode doesn't happen. It doesn't. Okay,
it's not canon.
Next episode is going to be really interesting.
Those interns who have been writing for Belle, they're back. They returned.
We're writing for Cinderella now.
No, you don't.
Stuff changes all the time. For example, if the actress who plays Anastasia is not available, and they really felt the need that they need the character Anastasia in to propel the story forward, they will have cast another character. And since it was not concrete said, hey, this is Cinderella's stepsister. If that was said previously, yeah, I'd be right along fighting with you guys. But it's never been said that way.
Or maybe they'll just show Anastasia's head, the back of her head, so that way they could get her back. I don't know. So yeah, I'm with Jake. I would be very upset. Sorry.
I just can't wait to see, because I know
I will cry.
I know the fan-made Once Upon a Time Wikia has all over it that Anastasia is Cinderella's stepsister, and
because she is.
And if that is not true, based on this episode that's coming out, that whole thing is going to change. And, I'm going to be laughing.
It's not going to change for me. No.
It's not. No, to me, it's not going to change. It is what it is.
Yeah. So.
Let's see. Lee Silver is informing me that it is not Anastasia, that the sisters' names come from the Cinderella opera, not the movie. If that happens, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm good now.
We'll have to find
in this version of Cinderella. She may have never had a stepsister named Anastasia.
Oh, she totally did. What are you talking about?
No, because if they're using the names from the opera, then she never had one.
Yes, this is Once Upon a Time. They never said she had 2 stepsisters.
She had 7. Who gives a
shit? She
shit?
probably did. She probably had 2 stepbrothers. You know, she probably had
all the dwarves are her stepsisters.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Not picturing the dwarves in dresses. No, stop.
Let's see. Alex says that the shady bitch is also returning for next episode. So
awesome.
We'll see what happens there. She's been gone a while.
I don't care what you guys say. That's my head canon, and that's how it's gonna stay.
Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up. Nikki, where can the people find you?
I'm sorry, Daniela, that we confused you. And you can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Jake, where can the people find you and your love for Anastasia?
Yeah, you can find me on Jacob Salazar on YouTube, where I will be finishing my Once Upon a Time character retrospectives. Anastasia is coming up. Or you can find me on Twitter, tweet at me throughout the week, throughout the life, at To Nowhereland. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhereland Society.
Excellent. Rachel, where can people find you wiping that smug look off your face?
No. They can find me at Twitter at Savannah17, on Twitch at Savannah, where I am making a Corpse Bride costume for my daughter.
Excellent. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
She's coughing. She can't do it.
You missed it.
You can find us all more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Until next time, see you guys later.
I was gonna say something, and then I choked on my own spit.
That sounds horrible.
It hurt. And then I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, Anastasia, Cinderella's stepsister. We know.